Hi, my name is Lutfi Abid, and I'm going to teach you guys how to use Microsoft PowerPoint, and hopefully you guys can use it successfully in your job or for any type of presentation you guys need it for. We're going to start off just a little brief intro on how to use Microsoft PowerPoint, and pretty much where we're going to start is on the top, where is the whole basics of Microsoft PowerPoint, where everything is controlled to the slides, to the size font, to everything you pretty much need for Microsoft PowerPoint. So starting with the Home tab is where you'll control the font size. For example, if you were to type in, the topic about a car, so we'll say BMW, for example, you can highlight it and you will go to the font size on top, and you can, go as big as you want, as small as you want, and then you can change the colors, different types of themes. So those are pretty cool things that you can do. Then you could also make it on the right side, left side, and the middle. So these are pretty much, you're going to control the wording with the home button. And also what's pretty cool is you can choose the layout. So you can choose the type of style you want. A very common one is one of these, title on top, and you can explain what types they have. So you'd say engine, and it's going to be bullet point, and if you want to type continue with the under engines, you can hit the number button and you can say twin turbo, for example, and you could go on so forth, or you could continue with a bullet point. So going from there, you could continue to choose different layouts. So some people would like to choose this one where they could put a picture on the side. And one way to do that is you can either insert a picture from your own. So we'll say you could choose your own type of picture and put anything you want, or you can choose a picture from Microsoft PowerPoint. And one way to do that is you would click car, and you could type in, you can control the size as well. So these are little neat things to do. So that's a pretty common one if you want to add a picture with the words on the side and a picture on the right side. And the most basic one people like to do is this layout, the title and content, obviously. So going on, that's how you would use the insert and home tabs for. And going on the design tab, you can choose the design you want of your whole entire presentation. And a lot of people like to do this at the end so it doesn't get a little confusing. So pretty much people would like to have all their slides put together, and then they would like to choose the style they want. So going from there, you can go with a transition. Transition meaning how you want the slides to come up. So you can choose different types. Again, a lot of people like to do this at the end so they can test different ones. And then, let's see. So those are pretty much the basics that you're going to really need to use. And then obviously at the end you could review your entire presentation. So going on from there, so for example, if you would like to do the title, a lot of people like to center the title, obviously. And then going on from there, so this is the topic, and then you repeat. And then how do you make a new slide? You would go all the way to the left and right click, and you will click new slide. And then again, you could choose different types of layouts, so it's pretty cool based on the way you want to set up your presentation. So once you could start talking about your subject, so we'll still about BMW. You could start talking about the interior design, and you could start to talk about stitching, for example. And just to keep in, a really good point for Microsoft PowerPoint is you do not want to say, if you want to say that BMW uses hand stitching, you don't want to say type in BMW uses hand stitching and read right off of it when you present. What you want to do is you want to type in stitching, and then you should be prepared for the presentation to see when you see stitching, and then you present it saying BMW uses hand stitching. With black interior, they'll use white stitching, for example, or red stitching, anything from different options. And once you do your research on it, you'll know what stitching is. So you don't want to you don't want to type in what you're going to say. You kind of wanted to do it this way. So, you say interior design stitching and, navigation screen, and you could, go on from there, and then you say a new slide. Y the key is to not have too much on each slide where you're reading off the PowerPoint. Uh, so if you want to delete a slide, you'll just click delete and then delete, and you would have to start over. So those are different types of things you can do. A pretty cool thing I like is to see, let's see, insert, one second. Pretty cool is you can do different types of design. So if you want to type in the arrow, you could type it right there and make it as big as you want. And you could, just different ideas. So you could say the engine, and then you could put an arrow here. And you could type in, you could type in 4-cylinder. So there's different types of designs you can do to make it look neat. So these are all different ways to use Microsoft PowerPoint, and as long as you're getting your point across, that's the most important thing. You don't want to get too fancy, and also you don't want to confuse yourself to where you're using Microsoft PowerPoint and everything's so much on the screen. Me personally, I like to keep things simple, and just really, as long as you understand what the words are on Microsoft PowerPoint, you don't want so many arrows and so many designs. Maybe a couple slides here, a couple slides there. You could put a circle, and you could type inside of the circle, and just to make it look nice and fancy. So it's definitely just got to play around with the top, and as if you start clicking on things and doing things like this, it's not gonna hurt because you always have the undo button. So those are the basics of how to use Microsoft PowerPoint, and I hope I really helped. Again, my name is Lutfi Abid, and I hope you know how to use Microsoft PowerPoint. I hope you're able to use it in the future, whether it's in the workforce or school or anything. I hope it helped. Thank you.